Alright, girls and boys, welcome back. We are looking at grade 4, module 1, topic A. There are 4 lessons in this topic. We're going to take a look at all 4 lessons, starting with lesson 1. Let's look at the directions here. It says use the disk in the place value chart below to complete the following problem. So the first thing we need to do, number 1, asks us to label the place value chart. So now I have the place value chart labeled. Don't judge my handwriting. But now we can take a look at number 2. It says, tell about the movement of the disk in the place value chart by filling in the blanks to make the following equation match the drawing in the place value chart. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So it's 4 columns. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. So we have 4 columns of 10. So I know that there are 40 hundreds. So if we're going backwards here, we say, well, what times 10 equals 40 hundreds? It would be 400 times 10 equals 40 hundreds. So if I took this first 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I multiplied it by 10, that's times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, times 6, times 7, times 8, times 9, times 10. 4 times 10 is 40. So 400 times 10 is 4000. Now we say, well, 4000 is equal to, if we look at each column here, is worth 1 of those. So we have 10 hundredths is worth 1000. So if we have 10, 20, 30, 40 hundredths is going to be worth 1, 2, 3, 4,000. So our answer is going to be 4 hundredths times 10 equals 40 hundredths, which also equals 4,000. All right. Number 3 says, write a statement about this place value chart using the words 10 times as many. All right, and I'm going to write this up. It says the chart shows, we're just going to write this out here. Ran out of room there, but we have the chart shows that 4,000 is 10 times as many as 400. So 4,000 is 10 times as many as 400. We know that 400 times 10 equals 4000, which is equal to 4,000. All right, moving on to lesson number 2. Lesson number 2, we changed it up here. I'm going to do number 2 first, just because I put it in that order on the slide. The objective is to recognize a digit represents 10 times the value of what it represents in a place to its right. So each one of these place value units is going to represent 10 times the value of the place value to the right. We're going to talk about adjacent, or the neighbor. All right. The Carson family saved up $39,580 for a new home. The cost of their dream home is 10 times as much as they have saved. How much does their dream home cost? So let's go ahead and write this number here, the amount that they saved, on a place value chart. So we know that we have 3 10,000s, 9 thousands, comma, 5 hundreds, 8 tens, and 0 ones. That's how we represent their saving on the place value chart. Now we're going to say, well, if we're multiplying that by 10, what we need to do is move over left 1 place value unit. So each one of these digits is going to move over 1 place value to the left, meaning that we did times 10 for each one of these. So now this 3 is going to be here. This 3 10,000s times 10 equals 300,000. Then we have 9,000s times 10 equals 9 10,000s. 500s times 10 equals 5,000. 8 10s times 10 equals 800. And of course we are finished. We're going to annex our zeros. Put those 2 zeros in to show that they're placeholders. You don't say 0 times 10 equals 10 zeros. We just put these zeros in to show that our tens place and our ones place had no value. All right. So the answer, their home, would cost 395, comma says 1,000 here in this case, so 395,800. All right. So let's go ahead and look back at number 1, which is a 2-part problem. We're going to look at number 1A here. And you already see we drew the place value chart out for you. We copied a picture of that. But it says fill in the blank to make a true number sentence. Use standard form. So 4 10,600s times 10. So if we had our 4 10,000s, let's just draw this place value chart out. All right, so we had 4 10,000s, 600s. So that meant I had no thousands, no tens, and no ones. I don't have any 100,000s, but I wouldn't put a 0 up in front because it's not in between numbers that have value. In this case, my decimal would be here. All right, so now I can say, well, if I'm multiplying times 10, I know that everything's going to move over one place to the left. So that 4 10,000 times 10 becomes 400,000. I have no thousands, so when I multiply by 10, I'm still going to have no 10,000s. My 100s place value, I have 600s. So 600s times 10 equals 6,000. Comma says 1,000, so that's 406,000. And then I have annex my zeros here because they have no value. I mean, I have to put placeholders in my hundreds, tens, and ones here. So if you notice, I went from having 4 10,000s to 4 100,000s. Also went from having 600s to 6,000s. All right, let's take a look at 1B. 1B, the place value chart is there again. Now, in this case, instead of multiplying by 10, we're dividing by 10. So if you notice, all of the digits went to the right one time. Let's go ahead and draw this place value chart again. 8,000 and 2 tens. So that's how our number looked. When we divided by, in this case, we divided by 10, all of the numbers are going to move to the right now. My decimal will be right here. So now my 8,000 divided by 10 equals 800. I have 0 hundreds, so I'm going to have 0 tens. And in this case, we would say 2 tens divided by 10 equals 2 ones. So we would have our placeholder and then our 2 in the ones place. And that number is 802. All right, moving on to lesson number 3. It asks us to name numbers within 1 million by building understanding of the place value chart and placement of comma for naming base 1,000 units. It says in the space provided, write the following units in standard form. Be sure to place a comma where appropriate. So we have 9,300s, 2 ones. So that would be 9 in the thousands place, comma, 300. It said nothing about 10, so I'm going to put a placeholder in my tens and 4 ones. Not sure if I read that correctly the first time, but it was 9,000s 3 hundreds, 4 ones. And that's how it would look in standard form. So now we have 6 10,000s, 2,000. So 6 10,000 is 60,000. 2,000 is 2,000. So now we have 62,000, 700s, 8 10s, and 9 ones. And we will read that number 62,789. 100,000, 8,000s. So we have 100,000, which would be 100, 8,000, 900, 5 10s, 3 ones. 108,953. All right. Now, number 2 says, use digits or discs on a place value chart to write 26,000 1300s. So if I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now I have my 20, and now I need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 26,000. I'm going to put my 1300s. Let's make those red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. So now if you notice, if I was writing this out, I can't write 26 in the thousands place, right? You can only fit one digit in the, I can't put this number here, right? That's 26,000 1300s. But remember, every place value can only hold one digit. So I need to regroup. So I'm going to take 10 of my hundreds and rename those 10 hundreds as 1,000. So I'm going to regroup those. So now I got rid of this 10. I renamed it or regrouped 10 hundreds. So now instead of having 13, I got rid of 10. I have 3 left. And now I added 1 more 1,000. So now I have 27,000 instead of 26. So, well, now I have to say, well, if I have 27,000, I can only put one digit in. I'm going to keep my 7, keep the 7,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to stay. But this 10 and this 10, the 20 of those are going to be regrouped as 2 10,000s. So let's go ahead and put in my 2 10,000s here. Now, instead of having 27, I have 7,000 and 2 10,000. So now my number looks like this: 2, 7, 3, annex my zeros to give me 27,300. So it says how many thousands are in the number you have written. So there should be 27,000. So you might also think that since they are asking how many thousands are in a number, if they're just looking for this number, there's 7 here, but I think they're referring to the total number of thousands in this case, because we regrouped 10 of our hundreds as 1,000. There's 27,000. All right, so lesson 4, we are going to read and write multi-digit numbers using base 10 numerals, number names, and expanded form. It says use the place value chart to complete the following. All right, label the place value chart. My millions got a little sloppy with those zeros. Millions. That's the S for millions. All right, it says write the number 800,000 plus 6,000 plus 300 plus 2 on a place value chart. So I know it's going to be 2 in my ones place, 3 in my hundreds place, 6 in my thousands place, and 8 in my 100,000s place. So if you notice, I have a couple of place value units that I didn't fill in. I need to put in zeros. I need to annex my zeros or add my zeros in here to make this number complete. I don't need to put a zero in the millions because the number started in the 100,000s. All right. So now it's asking us to write it in word form. So you would read that as 806,000. So 806,302. All right. So now it asks us to write 160,582 expanded form. So we're going to have our 100,000 to take care of the 100. And then it says 60,000, so that's plus 60,000. That's the 6 10,000s plus 500 plus 80 plus 2. All right, and that's your 1 in the 100,000 place. You have 6 in the 10,000 place, 5 in the hundreds place, 8 in the tens place, and 2 in the ones place. All right, boys and girls, hope this helped. Please feel free to ask questions. If you see me in the hallway and you had a question about this, please feel free to stop me and ask me. I appreciate everything. Thank you. Happy learning.